Oh, yeah.
So you just got out of watching The Barbershop 2. Tell me, what did you think?
You know what? I really enjoyed what they did with Ice Cube's character. They gave him red spandex and,
Okay, give me 1 second here.
I think it's Chris.
All right, cool. First off, what team were you on?
I was on Team Iron Man, and you know what? I'm still on Team Iron Man. He was a jerk and all, but it was really another character who was pulling all the strings, sadly. I can't say much.
Theoretical strings?
Yeah, theoretical strings. But, I can't really say much without spoiling it. He suffered a lot. That's all I got to say. I'm still Team Iron Man. And, Spider-Man's on his team. You can't say no to that. You really just can't. Right. Hi, I'm here with my girlfriend, Jessica, and we just watched Captain America Civil War. Please, tell me, whose team were you on before this film, and did you change your mind, yes or no?
I was on Captain America's team, and I'm still on Captain America's team.
Awesome. We're here with my buddy Erasmo, and we just watched Captain America Civil War. Tell me, Erasmo, whose team were you on before this film, and did it change at all in the middle of the film?
I really went in without picking a side, because I just want them to love each other, and I just want them to be together. And after watching the movie, freaking Iron Man is a let's just scratch that. Iron Man is really mean, and he puts everybody in like solitary confinement and stuff, and he's like trying to boss everybody around. So halfway through the movie, I was like Team Captain America, and then I saw some shady stuff that was being kept secret from Iron Man, and then I just didn't know what team I was on again. So I don't know. I wasn't on the side.
What did you think of the film overall?
I liked it a lot.
Awesome. Okay.
I thought it was pretty awesome. Compared to Age of Ultron, what I really liked was the fight scenes. In Age of Ultron, it was just like an end scene of like... They didn't really fight Ultron. They kind of just blasted him. In this, like, people were actually swinging. People were punching each other. It was very well choreographed. Like, it just looked amazing the way it was shot.
I agree. It was great. All right, next question. So, there's a lot of movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. After watching this film, do you think it's going to go on, or do you think it's coming to a close end? And why?
Well, they are in Phase 3. They haven't announced anything beyond Phase 3. They're going to be having 2 Infinity War movies. I don't know what those are going to look like. I guess they're all going to attack, what's his face? God, what's his name? Thanos. They're all going to attack Thanos. I don't know where they can go after that. Like, I don't know. What I kind of see happening is, honestly, like, them taking Spider-Man's character and then him being, like, the next Iron Man when Robert Downey Jr. is just like, I'm not doing this anymore. Maybe they might do some X-Men stuff. I don't know. That's where I see them continuing this as long as maybe till we're dead, or everybody's just like, I really hate superhero movies. So yeah.
That's very good. You know what? I really like that bit about Spider-Man becoming the next Iron Man.
Yeah, it's obvious. Like, they're trying to figure out, he's not 18 yet. They're like, who can we exploit before the front part of their brain develops and they don't sign on to like 10 movies with Disney or like sign their life away to Disney. That's what's gonna happen. Tim, what's his name? Tim Holland? Yeah. No, he's gonna become a Disney child. Worse than Hannah Montana.
I like that. That's so sad.
I think there's still going to be a lot more because it's really popular and people seem to still really like it. So I think it should keep going if it still has a lot of momentum.
You know what? This is a tough question, because there are a lot of stories that can go off in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's always new stories being written. There's a new Captain America nowadays in the comic book world. There's a new Spider-Man. There's new everything.
Spider-Man's Latino and African American.
And gay.
And gay, and then Captain America is the Falcon.
The Falcon, yeah.
And then
eventually he becomes Bucky. Bucky turns into Captain America also. I don't know, at some point.
And then Thor's Tina.
Yeah.
He's a girl now.
Yeah, no. But what needs to happen is, of course, Infinity Wars. I've been waiting for that since who knows how long. I think since Avengers. Since Thor 1, I've been waiting for Infinity Wars. It's been a while since I saw the Infinity Gem, the Mind Gem, all that stuff. But what needs to happen is a major character needs to die next in order for the cinematic universe to continue and to keep being interesting. Because if we just get mindless fights over and over again, we're going to get bored eventually. I mean, this was an interesting story because it was Avenger against Avenger. That's what made it so great. But after this, after this, if no one dies, it'll get boring.
Someone needs to die?
Yeah.
That's very dark. Who do you want to die? Like, what was your favorite character minus, the big guys?
My favorite character had to have been... Ooh, this is a tough one. I think Black Panther. Black Panther had a great entrance. I thought they introduced him in an amazing way. I've been wanting to see him ever since I read about Black Panther. I've been wanting to see him in a film, and I enjoyed the actor who played him. He was great. He made me feel for him, especially during a certain scene that I will not mention right now because I do not want to spoil it. But he was great. I loved him. He was a great...
the scene where he dies, right? Where Black Panther dies?
Yeah, Black Panther dies and he comes back to life. Okay.
He dies.
I think my favorite is Captain America. I started off on his team, and I was watching the movie, and I was trying to see if maybe I was on Iron Man's team, and I was like a little bit considering it, but I still really follow what Captain America is saying and how he's helping his friend, and I think I like Captain America a lot.
Awesome. Okay.
I like Black Panther. I also liked Ant-Man. But, now that I think about it, I don't want Tim Holland to play Spider-Man forever. They need to get, what's his name? Miles Morales in it. But yeah. Hawkeye was pretty cool, too. He didn't really do anything. He tried to fight Vision, and I respect him for that. So, I don't
Spider-Man was a big deal in this film. Do you think that he lived up to the hype? Yes, no, maybe, and why?
I like the Spider-Man a lot because he, I like the character, how they made him look more like a young kid, which he was always a teenager, but this one looks like a lot more like a kid, and he's really funny, and I think he played the character well. I liked it.
I'm very critical. It kind of lived up to the hype, but you can kind of tell that they kind of... At the last moment, we're just like, okay, we need to arrange some things so we can put Spider-Man in it. I felt it was very forced. And if somebody's watching the movie and they don't know about the whole Sony thing, people could probably get confused. That being said, though, even though he was like shoehorned in and like they forced him in, how they treated him and like how they made him, like Spider-Man's supposed to be like this, like he's supposed to be cocky. He's supposed to be like this guy, and he has red hair. That's how the original Spider-Man is. He has red hair, and he looks like he's stuck in the 80s. Like that's how he's supposed to look. So yeah.
All right, awesome.
I don't like what they did with Aunt May though. They made her really young and attractive, and they even mention it in the movie, which is weird.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give the film?
I liked it a lot. I would give it maybe an 8. I would give it higher, but I wasn't that emotional when they were fighting against each other, though. I thought I would be more. Maybe that's just me, but I thought I would be more emotional because they're fighting like they're friends and they're against each other, and I'm like, oh darn it! But it wasn't as much as I thought it was, even though there's a lot of sad moments in it. But yeah, I'd give it maybe like an 8.
You can possibly go past if you want. Keep it within that 10. On a scale of 1 to 27, what would you give it?
27.1.
27.1. You heard it here first, folks.
It was amazing. No joke. It was great. I mean, I highly recommend it. It was an amazing film. I think it was masterfully set up. It was amazing. Yes, I had never. After the disappointing Batman vs Superman, this really hit it out of the ballpark. It was every character was set up in a really good way. I was interested. I was invested. The cinematography was amazing, and they took a lot of shots directly out of the comic books, and I loved it. It was timed very well. It was slow at some parts, but it needed to be slow at some parts. It needed to be slow so then it can get faster, then it can get slow again faster. Otherwise, it would just be boring if the whole thing was slow or if the whole thing was fast. Like Batman vs Superman, the whole thing was just slow. What the?
Wait, they made a Batman versus Superman movie?
And on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give this film?
Probably an 8.5.
Alright.
That, yeah, 8.5.
8.5. There you have it, folks. Go watch Captain America: Civil War. Thank you, Erasmo.
Thanks. Last question: are you gonna watch Angry Birds,
Am I gonna watch Angry Birds?
the movie?
What does this tell you? Absolutely nothing.